Peace and love, family. Peace and love. It's your boy Chris Enlightened coming back again with some more spiritual riddles. And today I'm going in on Ancestor Offerings Matter. This is a good one, family. This is a good one. This is a good one because a lot of people aren't aware of how important it is to have ancestor offerings on your altar. They matter, family. The offerings matter. Unfortunately, a lot of people feel as if they could just erect their ancestor altar. If they're winning that way, that's good. But I know from experience from me and my family, my wife, my mama, my daughter, my mama, their ancestor altar took off once we started doing ancestor offerings. So if you're not aware of what ancestor offerings are, an ancestor offering is nothing more than anything that your ancestor liked or anything that you want to give your ancestor. You're offering up to your ancestor. Now, ancestor offerings isn't always libations or drinks or liquid or food or flowers or incense. Ancestor offerings can be love and light, well wishes, hope. You know what I'm saying? Anything that you're trying to convey to your ancestors that's going to help them usurp their divinity, is going to help rise them up from whatever low place that they may be, is an offering. One of my favorite and first offerings that I always do when I go to my ancestor altar is give thanks and say 3 divine prayers, because divine prayers encode light into things. And I know an unfortunate amount of my ancestors, they didn't drink or take in a lot of light while they were living. They didn't know anything about solar practices. They didn't know anything about dissolving negativity or dissolving their limitations. Unfortunately, no. Fortunately, I come from a long lineage of poverty-stricken, human wall of suffering people, unfortunately. But all that suffering made me. And I'm the one in the family, I'm the ambassador of the family that said, we're done. We're done. Now, I say about 90% of my family, they don't watch these videos. They don't know I'm out here burning ancestor money to help them out too. They don't know about all the offerings, all the things I've done. They don't care about that. They believe the way they believe. But I know for a fact, all the work that I'm doing is help change our financial karma. You know what I'm saying? All the negative financial karma that's been bequeathed to us from our bloodline has been dissolved now. We all doing well. All the cousins my age, and at the late 30s, early mid 40s, we doing well now. All of us. Our babies going to better schools. Our babies sound different than we did back in the day. I remember all of us sounding the same way, hood. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you guys. One thing about me is this: I gotta win. I gotta be the best. I gotta do what I gotta do to win. I've always been like this. I was the fat kid coming up. I was the guy always picked last the first time. The next time I was picked third or fourth. I wasn't the best, but I had that heart. I was the guy, I'm gonna tell it, I was the guy that would cheat to win, because I had to win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I don't care about winning like that now, because I don't do anything competing with other people, but I always compare. I'm not always in competition with myself. You're the best place to be in competition with, family. You're the best person. But since I know, when you sit and think about the plight on what had to occur for you to be here, you know what I mean? Your grandparents, your parents, your grandparents, they meeting up, your great-great-grandparents, parents, all the lineage in your bloodline just in the past 100 years for you to get here. It's time for you to make a change if your family isn't winning. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to be that ambassador of your family. It's not going to happen overnight, family. It's going to take at least 6 months just for you to change your mindset. And then after that, after you change your mindset and you become a knower, not a believer, but you become a knower that you're a winner, that's when things start to change for you. You know what I mean? You don't need anything out here. All you need is you. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to read books, but I'm saying it's a better thing to know you. Create your own book. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing written. There's nothing ever written that know what you've gone through. Yeah, you might hear parables and tales and things like that are similar to your path, but it has nothing to do with you. So the reason why I do what I do is so if another young man that's kind of mirroring my upbringing or anything like that, I can put something in his path that's going to help him get some light, so it'll be easier for him to make some overcoming changes that I couldn't make early on in life. You know what I'm saying, family? One thing about your ancestor offerings is this. The first thing I do is always say divine prayers. The second thing I do is burn some incense, then I burn some Palo Santo. The next offering I usually get, if it's like my ancestor's birthday or something like that, I'll pour them some little Henny or whatever they like to drink. My auntie love Old Foster, so I'll make sure she gets some of that. April 6th, that's her birthday every year. You know what I'm saying, family? You can do the death day too, it's up to you. Me personally, I rock with the birthday, but once you transition, your death day has power. Remember that, okay? Another offering I give to my ancestors, I burn some incense, or I put some oil and some water and burn it, because they love good smelling things. You know what I mean? Simply cutting on the lighting a candle is a great thing for your ancestor altar. It brings light to their world, because unfortunately where some of our ancestors are, the light isn't as prevalent as it is in this earthly domain. A lot of people on the earth think the light comes from the sun, but that's not true. The light you see outside is from the Creator. The Creator created that light. The sun and the moon and the stars are nothing more than things to track time. You know what I'm saying? There's a hit. Well, you know, that's a whole other video right there, family. That's a whole other video right there, family. But back to ancestor offerings. Ancestor offerings matter. And I want today to create an ancestor offering challenge. I'm not going to be on here like it's day number 2, day number 3. I'm telling you today, whatever day you watching this video, go 30 days without missing a day. And then on that 31st day, still go to your ancestor altar, but just start writing down your experiences, how things tend to go your way, and keep a journal of this. That's how you create your own no system. You know what I mean? You can't have a system. You can have a system, but if you don't write it down, you need something tangible to reassure you and reprove over and over to you that, man, I'm not crazy. This happened on this date. You know what I mean? Because time isn't as what we think it is. Time isn't what we think it is, family. The only time is now. It's always now. It's always now. You know what I mean? So the same way that you manifest things or you reminisce on the past, your future self is reminiscing on you right now. So what are you going to do right now to set your future self up for success? Right now is the past for the future. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The future could be anything you want it to be, family. And your ancestors are here to help you win. My life has changed since I started working with my ancestor altar. My life has changed since I started burning ancestor money. My life has changed financially, emotionally, spiritually. All facets of my life has changed. And I've been feeling so good, family. You know what I mean? And I'll be trying not to be too excited on these videos, because I've had a lot of people ask me, how do you get so excited? So I'm trying to keep it calm and, calm down a little bit. But I just can't do it, family, because I'm out here winning. You know what I mean? You know how hard it is to contain joy? Joy is like you shaking up a pop and you turning the top off. It's going to go everywhere. That's how joy should be inside of you. You should wake up every day like, man, I'm about to tear this day up. I'm about to win a day. If you ain't feeling like that, if you waking up like, oh man, I can't stand this job. Oh Lord, help me, Lord. That's the wrong way to be, family. That's the wrong way to be. You're killing your blessings for the day. Even if you feel that way, smile and give thanks for that. You know what I mean? Don't sulk or suffer for anything in your life, family. You don't have to do that. You know what I mean, family? So hopefully you got some jewels on why ancestor offerings matter. They matter because some of your ancestors don't know when the next time they're going to get a drink. You know what I mean? The whole thing about buying someone something new when they transition comes from the fact that once they transition, they may not have nothing new for a long time. You know what I mean, family? And they need things. One ritual that I always do when someone I love or one of my ancestors died. Get a pen and paper, rewind this. You want to get a piece of paper, not a piece of paper, but you want to get a white plate. On that white plate, you want to get a candle holder and a candle in that candle holder on that white plate. Make sure you put some dollops of honey on your hand and wipe that candle up and down with that honey. put some fruit, cheese, and bread on that plate, and get a glass of water, light that candle, and put that in the windowsill. Say 3 Anabacors and give that offering to whomever passed or transitioned. This is something I do every time someone transitions. The energy from that candle is going to help them light their way. The energy from the honey and the food is going to give them the substance that they need on their journey. And the water is the highest form of consciousness in our earthly domain, family. It's one of the highest form of consciousness in our earthly domain. So whenever you're doing any spiritual practices, it's always good to have some water flowing or around you in a big old bowl or something like that, family. Okay? So hopefully you got some jewels from this video. Ancestors' offerings matter. Ancestors' offerings matter, family. So on that note, it's your boy Chris Enlightened. If you want to support me, go out to Amazon and pick up any one of my 6 books. The Enlightened Thoth, Poverty Consciousness, Wealth Consciousness, Dissolving Your Limitations, Consciousness Equals Choice, and my 6 books, Seeds of Time. If you like this video, hit like, subscribe, and share it with the world, family. Don't be selfish with all these spiritual fiddles. Let's go. Winning!